Right now, at this exact moment, your phone knows where you are. It knows what you ate for breakfast because you Googled that recipe. It knows your doctor's name, your bank balance, your kid's school. Now imagine all of that. Just gone. No signal, no maps, no weather alerts, no way to call for help, no way to find water, no way to know if it's safe to leave your house. The internet goes dark and suddenly, you are completely blind. And here's the terrifying part. Most people have no idea how dependent they actually are. We tested this. In one study, people who lost internet access for just 72 hours reported symptoms of panic, confusion, and complete inability to navigate basic survival decisions. So today, we are going to fix that. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do, step by step, when the internet disappears. And trust me, after what's been happening to infrastructure across this country, you need to watch this one. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you drove somewhere without GPS? When was the last time you looked up a phone number from memory? Or found clean water without using your phone to locate a source? Most people can't answer those questions. And that's not an insult, it's by design. We have been systematically offloading survival skills to our devices for 20 years. Navigation, communication, medical information, food sourcing, financial access, all of it, sitting behind a screen that requires a functioning internet connection. And here's what nobody talks about. The internet isn't just one thing you can lose, it's a cascade. When the internet goes down, so does your bank's payment system, your hospital's records access, traffic lights in 63% of US cities, grocery store inventory and checkout systems, emergency dispatch coordination in most counties. This isn't a theory, we've seen it happen. In Puerto Rico after Maria, in Texas during the 2021 freeze, in parts of the Northeast during extended outages. The people who survived with their sanity intact? They had one thing in common. They had prepared for life without the internet before it disappeared. And that preparation starts with understanding your 5 critical dependencies. Dependency number 1, communication. Your cell phone still works without internet, mostly. You can still call and text on basic signal. But the moment cell towers get overloaded or lose power, or the emergency happens in a rural dead zone, you are silent. So here's what you actually need. First, a hand crank or battery-powered NOAA weather radio. This is non-negotiable. NOAA broadcasts on frequencies that don't need the internet, and during major disasters, it is often the only source of real-time emergency information. Get one. Keep it charged. Know how to use it. Second, family radio service walkie-talkies. FRS radios work line of sight for 1 to 5 miles with no infrastructure at all. Set a family communication plan right now. A meeting point, a check-in time, a backup meeting point. Write it down on paper. Your kids should have it memorized. Third, and this is for serious preppers, a ham radio license. Ham operators can communicate across thousands of miles without satellites or cell towers. The license exam is not hard. The knowledge could save your life. And one more thing on communication, and people hate hearing this. Memorize 5 phone numbers. Your partner, your parents, a neighbor, a sibling, a local emergency line. If your phone dies and you can borrow someone else's phone, do you know any numbers to call? Most people don't. That single oversight has stranded survivors in crisis situations. Dependency number 2, navigation. Here's a terrifying statistic. In a 2022 survey, 67% of adults under 40 said they were unable to navigate from their home to a location 10 miles away without GPS assistance. 67%. If you are one of those people, the next 60 seconds are critical. Go right now, before this video ends, and buy paper maps of your county, your state, and your region. Not a decorative map, a functional road atlas, a topographic map if you're in a rural area. Keep one in your car. Keep one at home. Then, and this is the part people skip, learn how to use them. Spend one weekend navigating to 5 locations in your area using only your paper map and a compass. It feels silly until it's the only option you have. Learn your cardinal directions. Know the major roads out of your city. Know 2 routes to your bug-out location. 1 main, 1 alternate. Know where the nearest river is. Know where the high ground is. The raccoon knows the territory before the disaster hits. The human learns the territory after, and usually too late. Dependency number 3. Information. Think about the last time you needed to know something and you didn't Google it. Medical symptoms, drug interactions, how to fix something, what a plant looks like, water purification ratios. During a collapse, you will need all of that information, and Google will be gone. So here's your survival library. These are not optional. Number 1. A comprehensive first aid and medical reference book. The U.S. Army Survival Manual, FM 2176, is free to download and print. The Where There Is No Doctor Handbook by David Werner covers medical care when professional help is unavailable. Print these. Laminate the critical pages. Know where they are. Number 2. A plant identification guide for your region. Not a national guide, a regional one, specific to your state or climate zone. Learn 10 edible plants and 5 toxic ones in your area before you need to know them. Number 3. A water treatment reference. Know the ratios for chemical water purification. Know how to build a basic filter. Know which local water sources are historically cleaner. Number 4. Write down your critical contacts, account numbers, and medical information on paper and store it in a waterproof bag. Your insurance policy number, your blood type, your prescription names and dosages. When digital records go dark, paper is king. Dependency number 4. Money. Here is something most people don't realize until it's too late. When the internet goes down for more than a few hours, electronic payment systems go with it. No Venmo, no Apple Pay, no credit cards processed at most terminals, no ATM access. So what becomes money? Cash. Physical, printed, government-issued cash. And the question everyone asks is, how much? The general survivalist consensus is a minimum of 2 weeks of household expenses in small bills, 5s, 10s, 20s, not hundreds. People during crisis situations become suspicious of large bills and may refuse them. Small bills mean flexibility in a barter and cash economy. Beyond cash, the second form of value in a prolonged internet outage is tradable goods. We're talking about fuel, batteries, medicine, food, clean water, ammunition, alcohol, and skills. Yes, skills are currency. The person who can fix a generator, treat a wound, or preserve food will never go hungry in a post-internet economy. And one more note. Document your assets. If your bank records go dark and you need to prove ownership of accounts or property, you want paper statements, printed and stored safely. Keep 3 months of printed bank statements in your survival binder. Dependency number 5, and this is the big one. Food, water, and safety decisions. Right now, if your tap water becomes unsafe, what do? Most people Google it. They look up boil water advisories. They find filtration guides. Without the internet, that information channel is gone. So you need to have already made those decisions. Water first. Store a minimum of 1 gallon per person per day for 30 days. Have a water filter, a Sawyer squeeze or Life straw at minimum, a Berkey system if you're serious. Know how to boil water correctly. 1 full minute at a rolling boil, 3 minutes at elevation above 6,500 feet. Know where your nearest alternative water source is, a stream, a river, a lake, and have a route to it memorized. Food next. Without internet, you can't order delivery. Grocery store systems may fail. Maintain a 30-day food supply of non-perishables you actually eat. Know how to cook without electricity. A propane camp stove, a wood-burning rocket stove, or a solar cooker. And safety. This is critical. Without internet, you lose real-time situational awareness. No social media alerts. No news apps. No community warning systems. This is where your NOAA radio becomes your eyes and ears. And this is where your neighborhood network matters. Know your neighbors. A community that shares information and resources is 10 times more likely to survive an extended outage than isolated individuals. So let's bring this all together. The internet going down is not a sci-fi scenario. It has happened. It will happen again. And when it does, The gap between those who prepared and those who didn't will be brutal. Here is your internet down survival checklist. Write these down right now. NOAA, weather radio, charged and ready. FRS, walkie-talkies, one set per household, family plan established. Paper maps of your county, state, and region. Printed survival reference books. FM 2176, where there is no doctor. 2 weeks of cash in small bills. 30-day water supply plus a quality filter. 30-day food supply of non-perishables. 5 phone numbers memorized. A neighborhood communication plan. A printed survival binder with medical info, contacts, account numbers, and key documents. That's it. 10 steps. None of them cost thousands of dollars, but every single one of them could be the difference between chaos and control. If this video helped you, drop a comment below. Tell me which one of these was your biggest blind spot. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell.